Hello everyone. I am Urja Kohli of class 11 studying in Canteen International School, Noida. Today, I would be giving out a detailed insight to EDUNEUR. Time for a new beginning. EDUNEUR aims to bring a sustainable reformation, which involves the integration of sustainable living in school curriculum. The entire video is going to revolve around these three aims. That is, first is the sustainable reformation, second is the gamification, that is a unique way of learning, and third is the target to the students of age group 8 to 18 years, that is the primary and secondary learners of the 21st century. So let's educate the students with integration of gamification. This is a Minecraft city that I have made to depict my ideas, to portray my ideas of a sustainable education school in an abstract manner. So, before going to the school interior, let me explain how the exterior of the school, that is the surroundings of the school, depict a sustainable education system. There are a series of grass bands which have been placed. So this offers the students to get connected, to have a connect, to direct connect to nature. That is sustainability. This is the solar panel. A solar panel is important in a sustainable city because it offers for energy efficiency. Energy efficiency is very important. Here is a solar panel which is working. These are the photovoltaic cells which have been grouped into solar panels. Although the construction of solar panels initially is costly, however, the subsequent costs are minimal. So therefore, the school is run by solar panels. This is the portrait model, therefore, we have depicted only a single school. However, in this way, a number of schools can be constructed. Here is an electric vehicle bus, or rather, an electric vehicle. You might be wondering, what are electric vehicles? The electric vehicles eliminate the greenhouse gas emissions and improve the air quality. So bicycle sharing programs and Milan Starter Party are also two key features which can be added in a sustainable model school. So what is Milan Starter Party plan? So in Italy, a few months back, according to this plan was implemented, and according to this plan, 35 kilometers of the city streets have been reallocated for cyclists and pedestrians. Isn't it interesting? So these are the two sample houses of the children. This is how a sustainable house looks. It can be made up of wood or bricks. In fact, solar bricks are also available which extract the sunlight, which absorb the sunlight and convert them into energy so that it can be gainfully used for power consumption. This is the dining table. So now these are the windows for proper ventilation and all. This is the lights on off button, and let's move to the top. Okay, so this is basically a corridor, and these are the two rooms. This is the bedroom, and again the pull key. You might be wondering that why are windows all over there? They allow fresh air to come in, and hence your mind works super fast. This is a flower. It depicts that nature is important. Either you are at your home or at your school or anywhere. You should be connected to nature because it is all that nature has connected all of us, all of our friends into one single room. Necklace. So we are the beads of nature. And this is another room. All this beds and all these furniture. So here you can see that there was minimal furniture. So fancies are not that much important in a sustainable city. A sustainable city can also be constructed in a rural area as well as in an urban area. For people who are rich, they can put, of course, fancies. However, and this is the washroom. Okay, so this is all about the house. Similarly, I would like to share the other house also. I would like to share the view of the other house also. It is also similar to this, and as you can see that the house is surrounded by flower pots to ensure good connection to nature. And these are the waste recyclers, the machines, the kitchen. This is the dining, this is the drawing room. This is the dustbin, use me, a free fire structure. If adequate measures are taken, then we can ensure a free fire structure also. Again, there is a bed and a lot of windows to ensure proper ventilation. Here you can see that there is a lot of light. In warm days, instead of using the heaters, we can lit up a fire. If it is used with adequate safety, then it is the best measure to provide warmth instead of using heaters. Solar heaters can be used, but again, there can be some possibility that everyone cannot afford. Between the two houses, there is a playground for the children to play. It is also a mind fresh exercise. Now here is a windmill. So before I go to the windmill, I would like to describe the upper part of the house also. Here are the solar panels. This is the example of a blue working solar panel. Solar panels store the sunlight during the day into them, and at night when sunlight is not available, they convert this type of energy to electrical energy so that it can be used to drive out the electrical consumption of the house. This is the service zone. So this is a gardening supplies plant, and it is so nicely decorated. Let me just read out these boards in short. So why are bees important here? Bees are extremely important for humans. They are also important for the entire ecosystem to function. Bees allows the plants to reproduce through pollination. So here we can see that if we see that they are dropping the pollens, so they are important for pollination. Therefore, they contribute to the food system by feeding animals aside from humans, such as birds and insects. Now these are sustainable flowers. What are sustainable flowers? The flowers which add life and color to big events and small moments are known as sustainable flowers. Bringing nature inside artistically arranged flowers, transformation a room from boring to welcoming, which is why we put them in the middle of our dining tables and at the front of our halls, generally because of their cheerful colors and their blooms, etc. So what wrong with the imported flowers? Why the imported flowers are not that much sustainable? Because firstly, the imported flowers may contain some pesticides, herbicides, etc., which are not good for human health, and example for the environment also. Now this is a hospital. These are the stretch beds. If a student gets hurt during playing or by any cause, therefore there should be an urgent medical aid center, and this is what we have provided in EDUNEUR. So this was all about the service zone. With this, I got an insight of these three type of dustbins. So the recycle, trash and compost. The blue one is for recycling. So these three dustbins cater to the waste management of the EDUNEUR Sustainable School. So waste management in the school is subdivided to low carbon incinerators for treating the food waste that is generated from the canteen, and the recycling center, which is basically based on the 5 hours of conservation. For a number of schools, I would suggest that there should be a collective approach of the community to build a recycling center, which is based on the 5 hours of conservation, that are reduce, replace, repurpose, recycle and refuse. That would decrease the collective cost. Now this is the trash bin, and this is for compost. Compost is generated generally from the kitchen waste. I would come to now the interior of the school. This was all about the exterior. This is our school, EDUNEUR. Welcome to EDUNEUR School. The school is categorized as a green sustainable school created by Urja Kohli. So what are the features of a sustainable school? Energy efficiency, about which I had described just in the beginning of the video. Water and natural resource conservation. Sound waste management principles. Clean, healthy indoor air. Natural and healthy lighting. Lighting and proper ventilation come from windows as well as indoor plants. Indoor plants provide a lot of air ventilation. Here you can see that this is the reception area, and in a series on this corridor also, there are plants lined up in a single series uniformly. So what does this painting depicts? According to me, this painting depicts that a child is walking and someone is guiding him his finger. So this is what schools can do. Schools should guide the students to the correct path. They cannot drive them, they can only guide them to their goal. And this can be done through gamification. Projects such as Empower help us to learn more about the gamification techniques on how it can be a sustainable education system. Is it only about theories? No. Sustainable education system involves practical knowledge. This is a yoga room, as it looks like. These are the mats, and these are the tables to keep necessary things. So welcome to the yoga class. Today we will learn a number of asanas and do a variety of mind freshing exercises. Yoga is very important for mind freshness. Therefore, it has been integrated to the model of a sustainable school, that is EDUNEUR. This is a waste recycling setup. It recycles the waste. Such waste recycling things have also been observed in malls these days in India. We have waste recycling centers here also. In malls, basically what happens, for example, in exchange of plastic bottles, you get something to eat, or rather some coins, bottle, or any other reusable material. If a student is carrying, then he could put it into it for some special surprises. This is the computer room. Computers or laptops or devices are very important for gamification. They are of utmost importance if we need to gamify the world for the students. So this is a bookshelf for students to read books while having a computer class. Then this is windows for proper air ventilation. Here the children would create Minecraft models, Snapchat AR lenses, websites, presentations, 3D models to understand and interpret those concepts in a better way. So hence, it is a room for sustainable development and professional development and practice. In this, I would also like to add that the first step, or rather the initial step for everyone, are the books. However, they are not the ending step. In between, there are many intermediate steps which can be used to enhance your knowledge about a number of things, and this is done through gamification. I would also like to highlight that, for example, if a teacher provides homework to the student, for example, in the homework it is given that make a model of a human eye. So then the student would try to look up the books, or rather would use his knowledge. In this way, the student would enjoy and learn simultaneously. This is an example of a sustainable classroom. A same structure of bookshelf has been built here. So as you can see that there is some kind of uniformity, there is some kind of connection in every room of the school. It is not that one is completely different and as compared to others. Plants have been placed at regular intervals at either side of the benches or tests. And this is the whiteboard. So what can we do to make this classroom sustainable? For getting eco-friendly in the classroom. So let more sunlight. As you can see that there is proper ventilation offered through these windows, then lights of hour can be practiced. This is a nice exercise for engaging students into some kind of activities. Start a class garden. A class garden can be started in the gardening supplies shop at the service zone. Spruce up the classroom with some indoor plants. The entire school has been spruced up with the indoor plants, because indoor plants not only provide air ventilation, but they also provide the students to have some connection to nature. Recycle as much as possible. Recycling setups have been placed at regular intervals. So now I would like to enter the canteen. So now let's enter the kitchen area, or rather the canteen area of the school. Food is important to maintain a good health, and when there will be good health, the students' mind would work so fast that they would create some innovative ideas on the gamification platforms, as well as do best in their future. So this is Mr. Chef and the menu list, for example, that the canteen offers. Similarly, here you can see that there has been a division for the students who eat vegetarian and the non-vegetarian food, so that there is no confusion in the minds of vegetarians that their food is being mixed with those of non-veg. And separate counters for them for billing purposes, etc. Now, midday meals are also provided to those students, to every student, and midday meal is an initiative by MNREGA of Indian government, and this is a step towards sustainable food healthcare. Okay, so what are the goals? These are some of the goals that have been highlighted on the blackboards. This is a nice way of entertaining the students while the food is being prepared. The students would sit down on the dining table and just read those boards, and it would have a lasting impact on them. Setting up a food sorted line. So it is a unique system that is practiced in EDUNEUR's canteen. Children play an active role in sorting food leftover, which are then monitored and weighed on daily basis in order to adapt menus and ensure significant food waste reduction. So, in starting, instead of forcing the students to take less, it can be done that in some days we monitor the leftover food analysis by using rather statistical methods or sorting line method. Okay, and then preparing only that much menu, for example. In this way, the food would get less wasted, and of course, the leftover food can always be recycled to compost. Now, here also a number of windows are there to ensure ventilation, and this is a basin or sink to wash the hands. Health and wellness. The canteens at EDUNEUR are committed to providing the students the information needed to make informed choices when it comes to their food. Choice Plus is a customizable program designed by the team of EDUNEUR School of registered dietitians and culinary experts to include the most popular products that also meet the criteria supported by the latest nutrition research and in line with both the government and expert non-profit organizations. So it is such a nice, fruitful collective cooking sessions and enhance the students' ability to interact with other students, and this practical session taking place in a relaxed atmosphere enabled the local chef to share their views and experiences with their partners on how these practices changed their way of working and explained how they continuously try to improve them. So it is fruitful collective cooking sessions is basically for students and teachers that is the chef's booth. So this was all about the EDUNEUR school, and I feel that in the creation of a true sustainable model of school, these characteristics which I have highlighted in EDUNEUR are quite important. I would like to highlight the recreation centers. This is a dam-like structure to attract the students so that they can sit by the riverside, and this is basically an underground water transportation system, that is a fish and water management system. This is through channels, and some kind of pattern has been created, and this is the entry zone. These black tiles is the demarcate the entry zone. Here also there is a path of land so that students can rest here and have a talk with their friends. Lastly, I would like to highlight one more structure of recreational activity, that is the pool. So this is the pool at EDUNEUR, and what is so special about this pool? It is that there is a partition. So sometimes people think that partition can only be made for boys and girls, but it is not so. This partition is not for boys and girls. This partition is for the learners and the beginners. In the learners category come the secondary students, and in the beginners category the primary students. Those primary students who excel in swimming activities or swimming classes are always welcome to join the secondary pools, and the students of secondary are always welcomed in the beginner section. So equality begins from the school. Sustainability begins from the school. Coming back to EDUNEUR's title, it is a combination of two words, that is education plus entrepreneurship. Each person who takes a step ahead of in the lane of sustainability is educated and an entrepreneur for sure. So entrepreneurship is all about taking an initiative and following up with our mind ideas, expressing it in a better way. And education is all about the practical knowledge, about the connection towards nature. It is about connection towards the other human beings, the feeling of harmony, etc. With this, I would like to end with a short quote that let's delve deeper to our thoughts into sustainability. Thank you, everyone. By Urja Kohli.